Hello and welcome to Polloi Two, and today we have an unboxing video. As you can see here, I've got rather a large pile of packages that have arrived. There's been a few postal strikes recently, so stuff that I've been ordering for projects is taken a while to turn up, and yesterday the postman delivered all of this. So this is a selection of stuff I've been buying. These ones in the front are parts for projects, and the boxes in the back are some things that I've been sent by fans of the channel. And there's one thing from the Next 17. I have reviewed their figures before on toy-polloi, and they've got some new figures out, and they've very kindly sent me a couple of the new figures, so we're going to be taking a look at those as well. So I guess the first thing to do is open the ones that I have bought. So these packages at the front are parts for projects, or things that I think will be useful for projects. So let's open these first, and then we'll get onto the bigger boxes at the back. So these first packages are ones that I bought off eBay for projects. Generally when I get a project, I do a lot of hunting around and sort of try and work out what I need to buy and what I need to find, and then I go straight onto eBay and sort of start purchasing things. Projects for me take a few months to work and sort of get ready for filming, because I'll have the idea and it takes me that long to find the parts. And a few months back, Peter very kindly sent me this Grizzlor, so he's going to give you a clue as to what's in this first packet here. The fur on this Grizzlor is in a terrible state. It looks like someone has burnt it. In fact, there's actually sort of burn marks on his arms, but I thought it'd be quite a fun sort of project to do, is to try and re-fur a Grizzlor. So I've been hunting around for some fur that's as close to that original as I can find, and that's what's in this first packet. It's an eBay purchase, so it may not be perfect, but there you go. That is the fur I have bought. Doesn't look too bad. In fact, the colour is really very close indeed. This is called curly fur malt brown. I found it just by hunting on eBay and sort of looking at the length of this fur, measuring the length of this fur and seeing what I could find. And yeah, I don't think that looks too bad at all. Oh, it feels quite good actually. It's not quite perfect, it's a little bit curly, but the colour is very good. So that's my first purchase, is some faux fur to sort of have a go at making him a new body. That's a future project, so keep an eye out for that one. I've also been working on the Action Man helicopter that I was sent by Darren, and I needed some styrene rods. So in this envelope here should be some styrene rods. So these are sort of fairly boring things that I buy, but I buy a lot of this sort of stuff. So this is a 6mm styrene rods, so that I can make some new landing gear for that. That's what I say with these sort of projects. I have to think about what I'm going to do and then check to see what parts I've got and what I need to order in. So it takes quite a long time to get a project going. But that's the fun part of it. It's why I have to plan ahead when making videos. And this packet here is a little bit of a sort of purchase for myself and to build up a collection. I've been really getting into M.A.S.K a lot recently, and I saw a lot listed on eBay that seemed like a very good price. It was lots of figures. So I quickly messaged Luke from Reynolds Reviews, because he is the man who seems to know prices on all of this stuff. And he thought it was a good value as well. It worked out about just slightly over £3 a figure. So I'm hoping that's what's in here. The condition of them looked pretty reasonable. I'll just have to see what they look like. But yeah, there's a whole load of figures, and I'll get them out and we'll see what they look like. Getting closer. You can see it's a whole load of figures. I think it was about 19 or 20 figures, and I paid just over £60 for them, so about £3 each, which for M.A.S.K figures is not bad at all. And they did, well, a lot of them seem to come with the M.A.S.K. And Luke noticed in the lot there were also a couple of what he classed as rare figures. I say I'm still sort of learning what's what, but he said there were some European release figures which are harder to find and probably worth quite a lot of money. So yeah, that was what was in there. You can see it's a whole load of figures. So let me get these all standing up and we'll take a look at them. So here we go. This is all that was in that package, and you can see there's quite a few figures, and a lot of them do have their masks. So I paid just over £3 a figure, and I think if you're finding a figure with a mask for under £3, it's very good value indeed. So I'm pretty pleased with how many I've got. Some of them I've already got already, but there's a lot here that I don't. A lot of the figures I currently have don't have masks, so it's a good way of getting them. But from what Luke was saying, these two here are the ones that are sort of more sought after, because they are European versions of these figures, so the colours on them are different. One of them does come with a mask, one doesn't. I don't particularly know the names of them, so I'm going to have to do a bit of research. But for the price I paid, I'm pretty happy, and I'm sort of growing my M.A.S.K figure collection quite nicely, and buying bulk lots is a good way of doing it, even though I've ended up with duplicates, and I'm duplicates of figures I've already got. I've got so many Miles Mayhem figures already, that seems to be like the easiest one to get, but with the ones that I've got duplicates of, I can always trade them with people, so I'm very happy with this lot as a selection. This box has come from the Next 17. Now, I've reviewed their figures previously. They did a really cool version of Effrontmon in a sort of Kenner style, and they've been working on some other figures and said that they'd like to send me a couple in to do a review of. So that's what's in these boxes. I'm not going to do the proper review today, but I just thought it'd be nice to do a bit of an unboxing and see what is in here. I really like the Effrontmon figure. It's nice and sort of chunky. It's got a very sort of cute charm to it. Slightly more like a Fisher-Price figure, I'd say, than a Kenner figure. I really like them. And in here, we've got some more stuff. So what have we got here? All right, these are Sith versions. So there's a Sith Obi-Wan Kenobi. And what's this one? This is a sort of Sith version of Luke Skywalker and a few other accessories. And what's this behind? All right, some backing boards. Some nice display backing boards and a whole load of lightsabers and stuff. Let me have a rearrange again and we can look at these properly. Right, so this is what was inside that box. It's a Sith version of Obi-Wan Kenobi, so he's all sort of grey and gaunt looking, and he comes with this really cool lightsaber. We've also got a Sith version of Luke Skywalker, Jedi Luke Skywalker, again with a lightsaber, and this guy's got a cape to it. And then there's a selection of sort of backing cards, display cards I suppose, things that you can put behind the figures when you're displaying them in your room. We've got a nice one here which just looks like a sort of Death Star wall, and then we've got sort of tunnels. I'm guessing that's the sort of the prison cell background there. They're really nice looking things. And Graham says that these are final prototypes of the Sith variants of his Luke and Obi-Wan that will be available for pre-order. And he's given me some links and stuff, which I'll put in the description. So if you want to get some of these yourself, do check the description out. There's also different versions of lightsabers. These are not reproduction lightsabers. These are his own design. And apparently they glow in the dark as well. I've never been able to get the glow in the dark stuff shown particularly well on camera, but I'll check those out off screen. But yeah, they look really nice as well. So I will do proper reviews of these over on toy-polloi in the coming weeks. But thanks, Graham. These are really lovely. I do like the style of these. So I say I think they're sort of more in line with Fisher-Price figures. They certainly have that sort of charm to them, and I really like Fisher-Price figures. I've got such a large collection of them, so they're very cool indeed. This next parcel is from Wes and his friend John. Wes got in touch with me a while back and actually sent me some pieces to help me finish off my Fortress of Fangs that he just happened to have, and he said that his friend had a couple of the other pieces that I needed and that he would send them over. So that is what is in here. I've already sent Wes some sort of toy-polloi stuff as a thank you, and I've also sent John some bits as well. So let's see what is in here. So what have we here? There's a note in the top. Let me have a quick read of that. It says, "Hi Dave, me again. Please find some more items to do with the Fortress of Fangs. I hope you like them. Until next time, live long and prosper, Wes." Right, so what have we here? Ooh, we're going in. There we go. It's even wrapped a bit more at the bottom. So let's do this cardboard piece first. And there we go. It's a couple of the fence pieces for the Fortress of Fangs. These are the sort of last bits that I need for this set. There should be 3 of these, so this is a good start on that. These clip together, I think. You just have to sort of clip the... How do you clip them together? Yeah, a bit like that. There should be 3 of them. It's to make a sort of cage or something like that outside of the set. Fairly simple little piece. In fact, I might be able to make something like this. I probably could. So yeah, you need 3 of these and you can make a little fence. So that's 2 down. That's really great. That's definitely another piece off the list. And then in here, what have we got? Oh, there we go. They are reproductions of the stickers. I did ask when I was doing my restoration if anyone had sort of a scan of the original stickers for the Fortress of Fangs, and here is some of them. So what I plan to do with these is scan them all in and make them available for free on toy-polloi.com, because I know a lot of people require these stickers. So here we have all of them. It's a really nice artwork. I've always thought the artwork was pretty good on these. As you can see, there's a skeleton there hanging that's been chained to the wall, and we've got bits of lava and stuff like that. So yeah, That is fantastic. I'm going to get all of these scanned in and tidied up, and I will put them available on toy-polloi.com in the coming months. So if you have a Fortress of Fangs and need these stickers, they'll be available there soon for you to download and print out yourself. So massive thank you to Wes and John for these. This is excellent. I'm getting ever so close to finishing the Fortress of Fangs. So this final box is from Michael, and he has sent me some pieces in the past, and some very cool pieces in the past. And he got in touch again recently to say he'd got some more broken bits that he'd like to send in. I'm not really sure what's inside this, and as you can see, it's been wrapped incredibly well. So I'm going to quickly cut all of this open and we'll see what it is that he's sent in. Okay, as you can see, there's a lot jam-packed in there. We've got some bits of packing, and then some pieces are starting to fall out. So there's a broken piece of something. I'll put that to one side because that's clearly going to be useful. It's also full of packing beans. So I'm actually going to turn this up the other way just so I don't spread packing beans everywhere. Let's start pulling these pieces out. So there is a comic at the back, which is X-Men Alpha Flight. This looks really quite old. Is this a US issue? Oh no, it says 40p. Wonder how old that is. That's cool. I like reading these old comics, and I like seeing the adverts in them. You get some really interesting adverts sometimes for toy lines and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And then what have we got here? What should I take out first? Oh, okay, little vehicle. Oh, it's a M.A.S.K vehicle. I can tell that straight away. It's missing wheels and that. I don't know the name of this one, but that's definitely a M.A.S.K vehicle. Looks like a potential project for sure. That's nice. I'll have to look these up. I'm still learning M.A.S.K, as you saw earlier with the figures. I'm getting to know some of the sort of figures and names, but there's a lot of things to learn. So it's a cool M.A.S.K project there. And we've got, oh, it's another one. It's the same vehicle. Has it got opposite bits broken on it? That one looks in slightly better condition. But again, there's pieces falling out. A little bit of plastic just fell out there. I'll keep some of those just in case they are useful. Yeah, that's the same one, but in yeah, much the same condition, I would say. I can feel bits rattling around inside it. That one's got seat belts, that one doesn't. So there's a combination of pieces there that could possibly be put together. And then what have we got here? Oh, I was looking at one of these over at the toy fair quite recently. It's a sort of, again, it's another M.A.S.K vehicle. It doesn't look in too bad condition. Missing a few pieces, I would say, and the tyres look fairly tired. That looks like a fun project. There you go, it turns into a plane. It's very dirty indeed. But yeah, another cool project. I'm going to have to check out what all of these are called before the end of the video so I can actually name them properly. But that's a good project as well. Then we've got something bigger in here. Right, so let me read the note, even though I've opened most of these. There's a few other pieces in the bottom. But it says, "Dear Dave, I hope this finds you well and greetings from Dublin. I've enclosed a couple of items that I think will make interesting projects. A M.A.S.K Bulldog, Raven ×2, Firefly and a Zeroid stand." All right, so these are Ravens. This one is the Firefly, I've seen it before. And in here is the Bulldog. And it does say a Zeroid stand, which I have found at the bottom of the box. So this is a Terrahawks Zeroid stand. This is probably one of my favourite Terrahawks figures is the Zeroid. And I'm trying to build up a little army of them. My plan is at one point to recreate the end sequence of the TV show with sort of actual toys. I'm still a few Zeroids short, but a stand is a good addition to that. There's also at the front of something here. So let's open this final thing, which should be the Bulldog, and we'll take a closer look at it. But the end of the note says, "My son Matthew and I really enjoy watching and getting inspired by your videos. Keep up the great work, Michael and Matthew." So Michael and Matthew, thank you so much for this. As I said before, Michael sent me some really cool things in the past. Let's have a look at this Bulldog. It's another one that I don't have. I keep eyeing up lots of these sort of M.A.S.K vehicles online, looking at projects and see what I can get. This one has always intrigued me. So yeah, oh, look, there's more pieces in there. So yeah, there's the Bulldog. It's a big old truck that turns into, well, you know, like all M.A.S.K things, a sort of armoured vehicle. Let me rearrange my camera a bit so we can take a closer look at this. Okay, so there we go. They've just rearranged it a bit. So yeah, it's the whole of a Bulldog in fairly battered condition. You can see there's bits missing off it. The bumper snapped off, part of that has snapped away. We've got one of the exhausts has come off the side, and it's in fairly played with condition. But it certainly looks like a potential project. I think everything sort of seems to work. If I press the button on the back, it does all transform quite nicely. But yeah, it just needs a little bit more work. I think we can certainly get something going with that. I definitely oops, enough there. But as you can see, yeah, bits of it are falling off. It needs a sort of a fair amount of work to it, but that's going to be a fantastic project along with the rest of these. These all look like potential things that can be fixed up. So Michael and Matthew, thanks ever so much for sending these in. These are going to keep me occupied for quite a long while. And there we go, that's it for this unboxing. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of new projects and parts coming in and some interesting things to work on. I'm certainly going to be working on more M.A.S.K stuff, and as you've seen, I'm also going to be working on trying to make new fur for Grislaw. So those are some fun projects coming along, and I will be reviewing the next 17 figures that you can see at the back there in future on toy-polloi, so keep an eye out for those. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you've really enjoyed it, then head on over to my main channel toy-polloi and subscribe there as well. And thanks for watching.